morning, Laker Nation. We are here with
Ava Lord.
and Gabby Williams, and we are back with another episode of Swamp Stories. Today, we're going to discuss the division between the fan base of women's basketball. Research has shown that fan engagement can be a critical and effective part of an athlete's performance. Yet, according to WSN.com, the average attendance for the WNBA is 33% less than the NBA. But this is not only a professional issue, this has also been an issue on the high school level. So today, we're here with Kendall Hendrix, West B Girls varsity basketball returner. So Kendall, you're approaching your senior season. Tell me what are your thoughts on the support that the fans receive, the girls receive?
Um, Throughout my years at West Bloomfield, the fan base has kind of what's the word? It kind of has dwindled down, and and I don't know why. I think that the culture of West Bloomfield has kind of changed a little bit, but it's kind of disappointing because having such a good girls basketball team and making it to a state championship one year, and also making it to the state championship round the next year and going last year we went 25-1, this year we went 26-3. So I feel like being such a good program, we should have way more support and we should have more recognition.
So what are some ways that people could better support the girls basketball team?
I mean, just coming out there, making it seem just as big of a deal as going to a boys game. If more people went, then people are gonna go because they think it's an event to go to. Just like football games, a lot of times people don't even watch the game, but they go there because of the culture of football games. People go there to see other people. So if a lot of people went and they be like, oh, we going to the girls basketball game, then other people be like, oh, everybody going to the girls basketball game. So then everyone's gonna want to go just because that's where people are at. But if they think oh, I would go, but nobody finna be there, then it's I don't want to go.
Okay, so what are some personal experiences you've had during your games?
I mean, I know that when we went to Rochester, we played Rochester during the playoffs and playing Lake Orion, Rochester, and they would have a whole student section at the bottom of our free throw line. They would be screaming at us. It was a culture. It was their girls basketball teams are getting support in playoffs, but for some reason ours isn't. And we all be thinking dang, we thought it was a girls basketball issue, but maybe it's a West Bloomfield issue because I know a lot of times girls basketball in general doesn't get that much recognition, but it's other schools made it more of a priority to support the girls during playoffs at least. During regular season, we have 2 to 3 games a week during Thursdays and stuff. So sometimes I understand why it's harder for people to come out because it's not ideal for someone to come out on a Tuesday night or a Thursday night. But during playoffs, it's we're trying to make a win a state championship, and it's nice to have support because a lot of times we had to go against the crowd from the other team and the refs and the actual opponent. So it would have been nice to have a little more of that energy because that brings a lot of intensity and energy to the game. We saw just at state championship, semifinals, the whole school was there and that brought so much more energy. And it's why couldn't we have that more than just that one game of the season?
So I know you say during the championship game that the fans being there and bringing that energy. So the times where there's no fans, how does that affect your performance?
It kind of just makes it feel not that big of a deal. We go out there, I play bad, no one knows. I play good, no one knows. It's the only time someone knows if I play good is if I drop 20 or my athletes on, and they don't even be coming to our games for real no more. So it's almost these games go we just play games for our family. We all see our families after the games.
Yeah.
Hey, mom in the stands.
Oh my
It's
God.
but it's you kind of it kind of changes. It kind of reminds you of us of AAU, where it's
Yeah.
it's just our families there watching us and supporting us. But it almost feels we're just playing it for ourselves, which is not a bad thing. We went during the season, we had a psychology lesson, and this guy came in talking to us about that kind of stuff. And how we had to create our own energy. We had to, if we don't have fans there, we have to still find ways to make ourselves hype without people having to be there cheering for us. Because sports is a big part of sports is getting hype and having that sports energy. So we had to learn how to do that for ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so why do you think boys receive more support?
I think it's just a culture of sports. Like people think boys are more physical. They think they're more entertaining to watch. They don't think they like. There's this stigma that girls aren't good at basketball, and like it's just like how it's always been. That's why football like gets more attention, and people think boys are athletes, so you get to watch them dunk and stuff. And also like girls like going to boys games. Like, girls don't be caring about going to girls games, and it's like when girls go to the games, it's like boys are like, oh, it's going to be a lot of girls there, so that they all
Yeah.
want to go. So it's like it's kind of like the culture of it all. Like girls want to see the boys play, boys want to see the girls at the boys games.
Yeah.
And boys like supporting their friends more than girls. And like, not saying boys don't have girlfriends, but they take the sports more seriously when it's the guy friend.
Yeah, I get that. What are some ways that you think can like improve like the fan engagement?
The fan engagement.
Like,
Like getting more support and getting more people to come to the games and support you guys.
I mean, the school like can promote it more. Like, it's not just girls basketball; it's like all girls sports. And I know that like boys and girls basketball kind of go on at the same time. So like going to the boys games and the girl games be like you gotta choose one. And most of the time they're gonna choose the boys game. So like maybe if the boys basketball team like promoted it, or just like the football team. Like I remember when like I was a sophomore, like Mike and all of them, like they like had the whole football team like come to our game, so like they were all promoting it. So
And what difference did that make in your performance when they came to your game?
it just made the game more exciting. Like we play so many games. Like we play like 27 games every year. So sometimes it gets repetitive, but like having people there like makes it like exciting. Like you feel like you're playing like a real like game. Like, not to say we're not normally playing games, but it makes it feel like a competitive environment.
like more energetic.
Yeah, like it's like you hype. Like every time you score, get a rebound, get a block, you, like everyone's screaming. Like it's like, damn, I want to get another block. You know?
Yeah.
So do you think boys sports are just generally more entertaining to watch?
I mean, that would be kind of messed up if I were to say that. But like sometimes I do be like watching some teams play that are girls, and like in the state of Michigan, girls basketball do be a little like lacking.
What do
Like,
you
not
mean?
gonna lie, like
How do they lack? Like what are they lacking?
I mean, just lacking in skill.
lacking in skill?
Yeah, just a little bit, because like we be blowing these teams out, so I get it. Like a lot of times people don't come to our games because we blow every team out.
Yeah.
So maybe if these girls got a little better.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. Let me chill. I'm just kidding. I'm really just trolling. But like I know when we played Depsa, people came to that game because it was a
Right.
competitive game. But nobody want to watch no blowout, even with the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even when I used to go to North Farmington games, when they played like a bad game, like it was like a blowout game, it'll be way less people at the game. But when it's a good comp, people want to come because it's hype.
All right.
So
Yeah.
I seen people come to our game and leave at halftime because of how boring it was.
Yeah.
'cause
I
of
think
love.
I've done that before.
All right.
I mean, it's facts.
All right. Thank you so much for your opinions on this. So, with that being said, thank you guys for listening to Swamp Stories. We appreciate it and see you next time, Lakers.
Peace.